Black Americans don't want to be African. I think it's because deep down they're kind of embarrassed. Some of them are literally just ignorant, and I can't even blame them all the way because they've been brainwashed. Literally, there's people out here saying, oh my God, we don't look like Africans because we can grow full beards. Their hair doesn't grow like us. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Black Americans are saying, oh my God, I have no African bone in my body. I don't even look like those Africans. Literally, they look just like us. They look just, it's the stupidest thing ever. They look just like us. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Their thoughts are just coming from what they see on TV, what the people are showing them on TV. And they haven't actually seen. A lot of Black Americans don't know that when the slave trade happened, it mainly happened in West African countries. So if you look at West Africans, we look just like Black Americans. Literally, we look just like them. And I get it, Black Americans have been in this country for what, 400 plus years, and they've kind of created their own culture and all that, but their roots, literally why they look the way they look, why they are built the way they're built, it's because of their roots in Africa. You take a bunch of West Africans and you take a bunch of Black Americans, kind of look the same.
Shifted from saying I'm an African American because I'm not. I'm a Black American.
I say Black too.
I'm not an African American. I don't. Nothing about life, my family, nothing leads back there. Everything leads back to we were stripped of our culture and created our own.
Again, that continent is that continent, bro. Like, yeah,
that's literally our roots.
Tell them. Thank you. I like this dude.
That's literally roots, though.
Okay, true. But we know for a 1,000% fact that's our roots.
And up to 2% from Ghana, all of a sudden they got the Ghana flag running around. So I'm like, honestly, I'm telling you, that's even after seeing all these soccer teams, I'm like, nah, I'm a Black American, bro. I'm not even trying to claim it. So this is where my roots are. This is where my family is. This is what it is.
1,000%.
And I agree to a certain extent, but what Black Americans, what y'all don't understand is that literally the reason y'all look the way y'all look is like your roots. You're African. You're African. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with being African. It's beautiful to be African. You're of African descent. All right. You're of African descent. Just look. Can we just accept it? Why? I feel like, why are we embarrassed to be African? It's a beautiful thing.
My dad said, you guys are all African. No, I'm not. I got Indian in my blood. I'm Cree. I like anything to be anything but African. And I didn't know it then, but as I, think about that, I'm going, oh wow, it's just anything to disconnect. Fast forward to now, you're seeing the FBA conversation and the ADOS conversation. It's like, man, it just takes me back to the idea that at the root of it is something wrong with being African, right? Like the only
But that's propaganda too. Now, that's because that made us feel weird.
Yeah.
Because I remember, you'd be like, I'm African, but I'm Black American. Because you were embarrassed.
Right.
That's why. That's literally why. If Africa was painted as this beautiful place, like nice, everything glorious, green, looks like heaven, all the Black Americans will be like, yeah, I'm African American for sure. And they would even want to go home. But you know why? The white people are showing all the horrible effed up stuff that's going on in Africa. So now they're like, oh my God, no, I don't want to be from there. Oh, I'm embarrassed. That's literally it. They're showing all this bad shit that's going on in Africa, but they're not showing the good stuff. They're not. Do you know, I came in this country when I was 10 years old in 2016. Bro, you did not want to be African. I was made fun of by all the African Americans. To the point where I had to say, yo, I'm not African. I was that embarrassed. And then I grew up, I'm like, what the fuck? I love being fucking African. Like, African Americans have made it like a bad thing to be African. What is it? They're trying to get us to go against each other. We don't see it?
I am not an African American. I'm an American. I am a Black American. I am definitely Black. And yes, my ancestors come from Africa. How long does a bloodline have to live in one land before they are considered a pure species of that land? Meaning, how long did my people have to be in America to say, hey, no, we're American, compared to some people who are English American, who are Irish American, who are German American from their ancestors, but they get to call themselves American. There's nothing wrong with being African American, but a true African American is someone that is from Africa and moved here, either first generation or second generation, and has a tie to that country that I do not have. One of the first census in Virginia that allowed for Black people to have a name was somebody from my family. So that means they were there long before. I think there comes a point where when you build a country, when you fight for freedom, make money and pay taxes and generationally live in a country, you have the privilege to call yourself pure American.
Raven actually explained this perfectly fine, and I actually agree with her. My only issue is what other African Americans are doing. They're trying to not be associated with Africa. They're trying to say, no, that's not my roots. That's not where I'm from. That's not me. When it is. It is. So Raven explained it very well, and I actually understand where she's coming from. Like, if you've helped build this country for hundreds and hundreds of years, at some point, yeah, you might be American. But then if, let's say you were to go back to your ancestors, you keep going back and back, you're going to land in Africa. And Raven, you look just like African lady. You look like my African auntie, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You look just like her. You feel me? I do agree with what she's saying, and she actually really broke it down very well.
Niggas really hate Africa so much, and they never even been there, bruh. Because how is there a whole continent of 1.5 billion people who look like us, and y'all are still trying to say, oh, we were the pharaohs, we were the Israelites, we were the Native Americans? Like, yo.
It's because they're embarrassed to know that their roots are African. And it's not entirely their fault. It's what the people have been showing them. You know the people I'm talking about. It's what they've been shown. Dirty, hungry. You know what I'm saying? That's what they've been shown. Poor. They don't want to be associated with. They're embarrassed. I promise you, if Africa was showing us if they showed all the beauties of Africa, all the African Americans will want to go back to Africa just to visit or see their people. I promise you they will.
I'm not African. Nothing about me is African, right? Other than the color of my skin.
And how you look.
One of the dudes was like, wait. But when you take a DNA test, it traces you back. We get all of that. But at the end of the day, we don't trust that. That's not our stuff.
Stop it. Okay, let's say you don't trust that. Go to Africa. If I put a bunch of African people, Western African people, you look just like them. You look like they can beat your brother. You at least okay. Let's say you don't trust let's say you don't trust the test. Can you trust the eye test at least?
And then everything we didn't found out about the DNA test, we know that that's all fugazi, right? So I agree with the African nigga. Why do we call ourselves African Americans when somebody like Godfrey is an actual African American? He's from Africa and migrated to America.
You guys are from Africa, migrated basically, but it was through a slave trade, and you guys have been here for hundreds of years. You're still African. That's what I'm trying to say. You're still African. But I do get it that you're American. All you know is America. Your history literally is American, basically. So I get that. But then if we go to the roots, that's my only thing. The roots, Africa.
So if we're going to use the correct verbiage and terms, he would be the perfect example of an African American.
And I get that.
I'm not. I don't have a root in Africa. I don't do anything African. I don't know anything African.
You do have a root in Africa. If we go back and back and back, your ancestors, your great African. Just because you don't do anything African, it's cool, right? Yeah, but because you don't do anything African, because obviously you're American. You don't know anything about Africa. You grew up here. They didn't teach you anything about Africa. But that's your roots. That's why your skin looks the way it looks. That's why your nose looks the way it looks. That's why your lips looks the way it looks. That's why you were built how you're built. You are African, my brother.
And that's not a diss, right? That's just me telling the truth. Most Black Americans have no connection to Africa at all.
Right.
Right? I'm not claiming to be.
It's because they don't want you guys to have any connection. Because when you guys have a connection to Africa, you guys are like, whoa, this is home. Like this, you guys see it. Because if we have connection to each other, we're going to be stronger. They don't want us to have connection. That's why they show the horrible stuff about Africa on the media. That's why.
The Indian, I'm not claiming to be an African. I'm claiming to be who I am, which is a Black American. So I agree with the African guy.
Man, what's the reason you're Black? African.
If you not an African that came from America and settled here within what, 1 or 2 generations? Black Americans have been here since the fucking 1500s, okay? We're not African. And the little African that we had on us has been gone for hundreds of years, right?
Then why do y'all still look like us? Y'all still look just like us. What do you mean maybe the culture, how you guys carry yourselves, that's what's been gone because you guys have been here so long and you guys have created you guys' own, which is beautiful, amazing. You still look like us. You still have the same features as us. You're us by genetically, your genetic makeup is still us. You're just different now. You carry yourself certain ways. You have certain mannerisms. I guess you're just different because you've been here for so long.
So to me, your culture makes you something Mexican, Jamaican, whatever, right?
Now this whole thing has gotten so bad to the point where Black Americans and Africans are beefing now. It doesn't make why are we going against each other? It don't make no sense. It no comprende. It's not making sense.
And a beef that never made any sense to me, Black Americans versus Africans. What the fuck are we doing? Are we not both niggas? Y'all, the world hates us equally. No one's going to stop you and be like, oh, where are you from? And then treat you differently from a black person that comes from a different place. The world views us all the same.
Africans and Black Americans, when we're out in America, people can't really tell. I'm African, right? I'm African, right? I'm here. I've been influenced by Black American culture. I wear my hair like Black Americans. I wear certain clothes, certain shoes. If I'm out there, they're not going to be able to tell the difference. They're not going to be able to tell the difference at all. So at the end of the day, we're still the same because we look the damn same.
Why are we so divided? We can't.
The disconnect comes from the white people. That's what they're trying to disconnect us. Haven't we thought, oh wow, let's come together? Why? They make Africans think that African Americans are just horrible gangbangers and they're dumb and they all they do is just gangbang all day and they're not smart. When really African Americans are extremely smart. Like one of the most smartest people in this country are African American. Dead ass. And what they showed African Americans is that oh my God, all Africans are poor, dirty, they don't know nothing, and you know what I'm saying. That's what they try to. That's the image they try to persuade. So we're just it's an image problem. They don't want us to come together. We don't understand it. We don't see it. We would be so strong if we came together and we go build our own shit. But it's not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen.
When we see black people, we love them. We're a fan of them. We love them. We see them as us. But we feel they're in the U.S. living their life. We always, we loved y'all. We didn't see y'all in no bad way, right?
And we were actually influenced by y'all. I hope you know, when I was growing up in Africa, every young guy wanted to be like Lil Wayne. We used to play Lil Wayne songs and shit, play Drake, sagging our pants y'all used to, saying the N-word. We were so influenced by y'all. But then when we came to this country, then they start showing us bad shit about you. It's
because a lot of Africans where I grew up, it's almost like they didn't want, not that they didn't want association with African Americans, but they made sure it was clear, I'm African. And I've met a lot of African parents who take education way more serious than African American parents.
Absolutely. Well, number one, when you come to America from another country, whether you're red, white, yellow, brown, or black, you recognize the opportunity here that you never had at home.
Right.
And you take advantage of it. Right? I meet African children who've already read the entire physics book before they showed up in America. You see that? Already read the entire engineering book before they showed up in America. So they thirst for the opportunity in a country that appears to promote such. Right. The problem is sometimes our African immigrant brothers and sisters, and I'm a Pan-Africanist, so I see us all as one family. That doesn't mean that I'm blind to the chauvinisms, the prejudices, and the discriminations that take place. Sometimes our immigrant African brothers and sisters cannot see the obstacles that are placed in the way of the American Africans who built this country from slavery. Sometimes they think they're more successful because they work harder. That's not true. American Africans work just as hard as African immigrants. You know what the difference is?
And I agree with Dr. Umar on this because especially my parents, they just painted African Americans like, oh, they don't really work hard, they're lazy, they have all this opportunity, they don't. Look at us, we work hard, but they don't really see all the shit they had to go through. And I can't really 100% blame my parents because they're just ignorant and it's not even their fault. They don't see all the struggles, a bunch of systemic issues that shit I don't even know about. I'm not even educated to talk about that, but they don't really see their side. They only see like, hey, we're coming here, we have all this opportunity, why are we winning? You guys have been here your whole lives and not winning, and they don't understand. At the end of the day, I just want us to come together. That's all. I just want the African Americans and the Africans to come together. All right, we're all one. Okay, you guys might be different culturally and all that stuff, but we're still black. We still look the same. All right, let's come together. We're stronger. We're gonna be stronger. They're trying to separate us. All right, they're literally trying to separate us, and a lot of black Americans don't see that because of what they're being shown. But I'm telling you, we need to come together. It's not a bad thing to be African. All right? It's a beautiful thing. Let's come together, man. Have a good day.